Welcome to semi-finals 2 of the US Open 2017, and today you're going to see the US All-Stars coming up against Smart Choice. A bit of an upset for the first semi-finals with Somerset Cavaliers defeating a star-studded California Bears. And if that is to happen today, the underdogs going into this one may well be Smart Choice, and they will take heart from what was done this morning by the Cavaliers. Joining me here at the toss to my immediate right, the founder of Cricket Council USA, Mohammed Qureshi, and next to him is his son, Ayan Qureshi. Of course, we have an executive member of Cricket Council USA, Moise Balki, and his son, Salman. And today is his birthday, so we'll wish him a happy birthday on behalf of all of us at Cricket Council USA. Next to him, Shazan Babwa, that evergreen cricketer from Trinidad and Tobago. Is the captain of the Smart Choice. And Rizwan Chima from Canada, of course. We all know the exploits of Rizwan Chima. Next to him, Zafar Shah, tournament director, and Danny Khan. So Ayan Qureshi will now pass the coin along to Shazan Babwa, who will do the toss. Tails is a call for the first time in this tournament.
Tail is the winner.
And you've won the toss, Rizwan. What are you going to do?
I would like to bowl first.
And just explain to us thinking behind that decision.
It's wicket looks good, and I just like to chase today, so because there's a 12-over game, so we just want to make sure what we just wanted to see like how much they score, and then we need to have idea.
Okay, well, good luck, all the best.
Thank you.
And of course, Shazam Babwa. Shazi, had you won the toss, what would you have done?
We would have bowled first as well. Seeing that it's just 12 overs, setting a tone will be kind of difficult. But nevertheless, we're going to bat first and try and get runs on the board. In a game like this, runs on the board is always pressure against the team chasing.
But you're coming up against some really big players on the opposite side. Dwayne Bravo, Darren Bravo, and the likes must be playing on the minds of your players as well.
No, it's not. I have never played cricket based on names. We play cricket bat against ball, and name has nothing to do with this. We're going to play our game, and they play their game.
Well, that's the spirit. You are one of the most successful captains in the history of US Open. I'm sure you're looking to add another title today.
Yes, I would like to, but we just take it one game at a time, just get over this hurdle, and then we'll see about the championship.
Good luck and all the best.
Thank you.
Well, the news down at pitchside is that the US All-Stars, they have won the toss and they've decided to bowl first.
There he's gotten off the mark, and we'll have to pick up the bowler name here. So it appears to be Atif Ahmed. And Atif Ahmed. Oh, Mark Dial goes through the offside. First ball 4. That's a lovely shot off the bat of Mark Dial. And it goes away. Second ball for 4.
Yes, and remember, this is the same pitch that they're playing on that we would have just witnessed just some odd score. And they're off on a canter. And that's a proper cricketing shot. A left-hander's delight, the cover drive.
It's a lovely shot, and expect to see a little bit more aggressive batting here. This is 8 overs shorter than a T20 game. And so we only got a limited amount of balls here. 70 balls to be exact. They go through for an easy single. A quickly taken single. And Mark Dial, who needs some runs. He has had some low scores. In fact, the last 2 games, I think he got... total scores in 2 innings in the stadium were 0. And he was out a couple of times without scoring. So Umar, the man on strike, and ball is driven well. And only a single out in the offside. So the score goes up to 7 in the first over, being bowled here by Atif Ahmed.
Yeah, that one was partially stopped there, knocked down. Gone past him would have gone for 4.
So All-Stars choosing to go the slow bowling way.
Yeah, overthrows here. That one was the throw was into the stump, into the base of the stump. There was a loud appeal. In the meantime, the batters were alerted to the overthrow, maybe from the crowd at the pavilion here or the supporters to tell him overthrows, and although they would have settled for one, they scampered through for a second.
So the first extra of the match comes off the bowling of Ahmed. Ball sliding down the leg side here. Mark Dial remains on 7. And we've got some 67 balls. Semi-final number 2. US All-Stars, the defending champ. Oh, it's in the air. Could be in a safe shot. And Muhammad Ali runs back. They'll come back for a couple of runs. So Mark Dial not getting hold of the shot. Ball was in the air for some time, but in a vast piece of real estate there. And so Ivor at the end of 1 is 12.
Yes. I'm going to ask this question. Last year we would have seen Johnson opening the bowling about in every single match, but he has not opened the bowling in this tournament so far. And I think he has not bowled his full quota of 4 overs.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Johnson has been used quite sparingly. We know the All-Stars team is stacked up with some great batting talent, but when it comes to the bowling, perhaps Orlando Johnson underutilized, but so far so good. All-Stars are in the semi here, so Ali Khan will be the man with ball. And Ali Khan will come into bowl to Tawfiq Omar, and there's some interesting story here about Omar. Omar, of course, played at the highest level. He's played 44 tests and 22 one-day international for Pakistan. 44 tests and 22 one-day international for Pakistan between the years 2003 and 2010. And it's interesting to note that Tawfiq Omar has a very unusual couple of ducks in Test cricket. He got a duck in the first innings and a duck in the second innings, but Ivor Henry, this couple of ducks were not king pair, as you know what a king pair is. A king pair is a ball. If you get a first ball in the first innings of a test, that's 1, and if that is repeated in the second innings, it's called a king pair. And so Tawfiq Omar got a couple of ducks in a test, but it was not a king pair. I'm just wondering what really happened. We'll talk about that. So he will be on strike. Ali Khan, the bowler. Oh, he's charging this one, and the ball goes off the edge. And speaking of Johnson, Johnson comes into the action here. It's 13 for no loss.
Yeah, I don't think he picked it up. It was aerial, and he picked it up late to his right. He's a southpaw, so at least he may have been in some danger using this time the wrong hand, which is his right hand. But anyway, he got to it and he knocked it in, kept it in bounds. It's lucky 13 for no loss.
All right, and Ivor coming back to Omar. How is that possible that he's faced he got 2 ducks off 2 balls and it's not a king pair? Well, the fact is, he faced 2 balls in the first innings and he was out for a duck. So that's 2 balls, 1 duck. And then in the second innings, he was run out without facing a ball. So not considered a king pair, but a couple of ducks in a test match. And the other interesting thing about Tawfiq Omar, the man on strike here now, is that he made a debut test 100 when he played for Pakistan. So his test career started amazingly well. And you can't want anything better than getting 100 on your first time you're wearing white clothes and playing 5-day match.
Thanks for that history, Lenny. Noted.
So Ali Khan from the far distance will come into bowl to Tawfiq Omar. And Omar looking to go down the leg side, signal a wide. And a good take there from Jaskaran Malhotra. So you're watching the second semi-final with the news. Somerset Cavaliers have taken out the California Bears. And the Bears can now get back to the Wild.
Yes, and while they're here, before they get back to the Wild, they can enjoy some of South Florida. It's a lovely day for the beach, but we hope they stick and stay to really see the finals, even though they will be aggrieved for not being in the finals.
So Tawfiq Omar picks up another run. Ivor, he's played 44 tests on 22 on international, so he's had a good run at the international level.
And today, the boundaries has been spread a little more. So, Audley, you would have got your wish. The boundaries have been spread much, much wider. We were playing on some 60 yards, and as you can see, we're having 30 and maybe a 70, 75 yard boundary. Loud appeal, but that one is clearly going down the leg side. Clearly.
So Mark Dial, he also has family that has played at the first class level, Ivor. Dio Narain Dial would have represented Trinidad and Tobago at the first class level in the late 70s, I would say, and perhaps early 80s. And so the Dial family traits continue with top cricketers here. Mark Dial continues the generation of good Dial's family traits. So lovely weather here in South Florida. Now what a difference a day makes.
Yes, indeed. We were running for covers at this time yesterday. Believe it or not, all umbrellas were out for those who had to be on the field covering the wicket, and those who were checking to see if the weather is going to be getting any better.
Yes, Ivor, and I heard from my New York friends that all cricket is abandoned for the day. Heavy rains and threat of a little storm developing in New York City, Hurricane Philip.
That's for today?
Yeah, it's happening now in New York. All games, whether softball or hardball, has been abandoned, and so the boys are telling me nothing to do. They're watching the feed, and so I want to say a special good evening to Ravi Etwaru and the Pirmal family, VJ and Savitri Pirmal. They're enjoying the feed. They're watching the feed, and not forgetting Ashley out in the Bronx. It's 18 without loss.
Well, we hope a lot more people will be looking at this feed. MAP TV, at least we know you can get it there. So spread the words for those of you who are listening. Get on social media and just push it out there. If you cannot grace us here with your presence.
So diving stop here from Jasker on Malhotra. They'll go through for a couple of wides here. And so Ali Khan, regarded as one of the quicker bowlers around here. But he has sprayed the ball a couple of times going down the leg side, and Jasker and Malhotra has had to sort of like clean up for the fast bowler.
Yes, it's always a joy to see Malhotra bat, and he would have scored back-to-back centuries in this tournament so far. The only one who would have achieved that, Darren Bravo, came close with a 90-yard not out, having scored the first century.
So Dwayne Bravo is in the lineup. There was a little bit of talk that Bravo is out of town. And we got some bit of clearance that, yes, he was in Trinidad and Tobago last night, but he's back here. And that's the beauty of air travel in a modern world. Ivor Henry?
Yes, indeed. You're in traveling, you can be here today and you're gone today in a different country. But we know it has gone, all they would tell you, you're here today, you're gone today, and gone today to the greater beyond. And you don't have to be an older person for that to happen.
So a couple of overs gone. It's 21 without loss. 60 balls still remain. This is a 12-over game. And Mark Dial on 9. In fact, Dial is on 10. And Umar is on 4.
And again, we just want to big up the Kamua crew who have done an excellent job under the circumstances. So we just want to hail the production crew for, coming through from Wednesday until now. And I can tell you, the grand finale, which comes up after this, is going to be something to behold. All for the marbles after this, Lenny?
Yes, Ivor, what we do know, Somerset Cavaliers booked their way into the final, and it will be the first time they've made an appearance on the grand stage in a championship game in the US Open. The thing is, one of these teams will make their second entry into the final, with US All-Stars winning last year in 2013. Smart choice. Won here, right here from Miami Power. They were defending, or I think they were chasing 170. It was a very low-scoring game. I remember that year this pitch had a lot of devil inside, and 110, 120 was a big score on the ground. It was one of the worst we've seen the wicket played in the history of US Open. So Orlando Johnson from the Johnson & Johnson group of companies.
Yes, Johnson baby powder. He been carted all over the park early in this tournament, and I know the All-Star hoping for him to come good. He was the MVP of the last tournament in the finals, and yes, he did come good for his All-Star team, and they placed the whole team and the winnings on his back, and he came through. He's a local boy here in the South Florida region. He's southpaw. He bowls off a short one, but he's deadly accurate when he gets those Yorkers in.
So Johnson to ball to Dial, and he starts with a ball that has gone away for a couple of wides. So he has kept the scoreboard ticking here in favor of Smart Choice. And the Smart Choice franchise, of course, originates from Houston, Texas. And of course, the big man there, Saki Mohammed, had a couple of words with him earlier in the day, and he's in town here, and he's watching the boys and making sure that they put up a good performance here today. They did so the other night and stormed into the semi-final. We saw a big knock from Akeem Alvarez, and so a couple of runs here for the former international player out of Pakistan. Is 25 on the board.
Yeah, that was poor fielding on the outfield here. Allowed the batsman to scamper through for a second. It was just a single. But the batsmen, you have to give them credit, they were alerted by someone that there's two in the offing, and they took it.
So 4 runs in the over so far, 2 off the bat, and a couple of wides to start here from Orlando Johnson.
Well,
So ball cut away. That's a good looking shot. Off the bat of Omar, and Omar goes up to 10. It's 29 for none.
and again, it's a lovely day for cricket here at the Central Broward Regional Park. We are in the 9th edition of this US Open, and if you're keeping count, Lenny will tell you the winners, the not so lucky winners, on the stage for the first time. Cavaliers.
Yes, Cavalier has not made the US Open Championship game. And in fact, both of these teams would have won. 2013, it was the turn of Smart Choice. And in last year's encounter, it was US All-Stars. So one of these teams will make their second appearance into the final, with the News Cavaliers are enjoying a good series, irrespective of what happens in the final. You'll have to say Somerset Cavaliers have gone all the way pretty much.
Yes, indeed. So Johnson has bowled some 3 deliveries for some 8 runs, so he's coming in for a bit of whacking.
So game ball goes down the leg side and pushes the score up to 30 for no loss. 56 balls remaining here, Ivor, with both batsmen on number 10.
Yes, Johnson's radar is off. He's bowling wide outside the off stump, and he's bowling wide down the leg side. So I think you should try to go for the middle stump.
So ball down the ground. Qureshi, I think, comes around. In fact, we'll pick up the field again, number 5. And they'll come back for a couple of runs there, regardless. It's 32 on the board here. Good-looking shot here from Omar. He goes up to 12.
It's a good bit of feeling down here beneath us in the long on position. Tariq, yes. Good work in the deep, and every skipper and every bowler would like to see the effort from the fielders. Very
Yeah,
encouraging.
that is Hamza Tariq, typically the keeper. Oh, a chance of a run out there. And perhaps the throw a little too rash.
He should have thrown to the keeper. I mean, keep the ball up instead of plucking the stump. I mean, not good thinking there. But the end of that over, an expensive one in the context of things, 11 coming from it.